looks very much like your current AGC. It's going to look just like that, and the reason I don't have one to give you is because we actually have an amplifier here. But it's going to look just like this. This part here will be a little LED, which is where you're going to plug in your little jumper. So just to give you an idea of that. So if we open up our packets to page 5, we'll just go over just real quick basic stuff, kind of give you an idea. And again, we're going to get hands-on here in a little bit. So hopefully this is making enough sense, but it'll make perfect sense when we get over there and actually do the hands-on thing. So on page 5, on the right-hand side it says controller. That's the little piece that you guys are holding on to now. When you originally go to the amplifier and plug that in, you're going to see it blink about blue and red for a second, maybe 2. And then it's going to get to a static blue light. It's just going to be blue and not doing anything. Once we've set up the amplifier, we've swept it, we've balanced it, done everything that we need to do, before putting it into AGC, you're going to hit the align process button. So align process is actually mode. So on your controller, you see mode, you're going to hit that one time, and it'll take it from that static blue light into blue and red for about 30 to 40 seconds. What's happening at that point is it's looking at all the levels that we've set, plus it's taking that pilot channel and it's storing it into an EEPROM on the DSIM itself. So that way when we zip up and walk away, we're good to go. It has a thermal fallback too. So if we did lose the pilot, it's going to compensate the thermal until you guys go back and fix whatever happened. So once that's done, doing its 30 to 40 second align process, then it's going to go into AGC mode, which is just the controller's going to blink just a steady blue light. And that means you're good to go, you're set up. You can kind of just overlook the purple thermal part, but there is a button, there is a purple light that will show on the controller. On the other side is the DSIM. That's the actual AGC itself in the amplifier. When you plug it in and you're in manual mode originally, again, your controller is just going to be a static blue light. Your DSIM, you're going to see it just blinking steady blue. It's not going to be quick, it's not going to be slow, it's just going to be steady blue. Once we put it into the align process, that's when you're going to start to see it blinking quickly underneath the faceplate, and you'll also see a yellow blink as well. The yellow just lets you know if it's analog or digital. If you see 2 yellow, that'll mean it's digital. If you see 1 yellow, it's analog. So currently, once you guys are setting these up, you're going to see just 1 yellow button. But then once it is actually set, you're going to see it blinking your pilot sequence. So on the next page, channel 6 is what you guys are going to see until we switch it to a digital, in which case it'll look a little bit different. But so your channel 70, you're going to see on that face, underneath the faceplate, you're going to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 0, analog, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's going to cycle through that. So as long as you're seeing the DSIM blinking some sort of sequence, you're good. If it's not blinking that and it just is, if it's blinking blue and orange, you're not getting enough level. It's not actually settings. So you're going to have to go back and kind of fix the levels to make sure that you're getting enough. So that's the controller and the DSIM. Are there any questions about that? Again, it will make much better sense when we get over here, but yeah.
Do we plug in before we balance or after we balance?
Plug in before.
Before we balance?
Yeah. So you just plug it in and leave it manual.
And we'll balance the node. I mean, balance the
amplifier.
Amplifier. Yeah.
So, and I'm going to let Kevin actually go through the process of setting up the DSIM for the GainMaker. It's really easy, but we'll go through this real quick, and then again we'll go over here and we'll actually go through it, and he'll explain the hows and whys and the Bodhi and how everything's kind of working and compensating. So I'll turn it over to Kevin. Again, feel free to ask questions because this is for you guys' benefit. You'll start to see these things coming out pretty soon.
The old AGCs, is it going to be affected by this? Switching to digital or not? So everything's still okay with the old ones that's in there?
The old ones, they're wanting you guys to replace the old ones, but until they're all replaced, they're fine.
Okay.
The DSIM is only it's only affecting the amplifier that it's in.
Okay.
And when you guys switch to a digital thing, I'm not an engineer, so I don't know how that works, but they're going to light up channel 110, but I'm sure they're going to keep 70 available until everything has been converted completely.
So what if you're in a run, you got a old analog AGC, and you got a digital, then analog? Could you put them anywhere, or they all got to be analog on the whole run? Or digital on the whole run, or the...
No,
it
as long
doesn't matter? Okay.
Yeah, as long as both pilots are up, it shouldn't matter.
Okay, all right.
So as far as the GainMaker goes, I know you were talking about when you balance. I believe the best time to balance the amplifier is right before you go to ADC.
Yeah.
So as long as you got signal going through the amplifier, your balance should be done right at the end. So it's going to be a lot different than what you're used to. So just being comfortable with it is the main thing. The first thing you do is, if the amplifier doesn't have the new DSIM in there, you have to remove the cover and replace the new DSIM. On the pancake BBI models, you don't have to remove the cover. It's just you can actually access the AGC without removing the cover. But on all the GainMaker, you have to remove the RF cover, plug in the new APU.
Got a question. This company, as far as you know, is every single active gonna have this DSIM in it?
Are you talking about SA?
Right.
SA is not going to be installed. Not yet.
No, what I'm saying is, yes.
Yes.
Are they required?
It's our understanding that they're basically wanting to have a DSIM in every single amplifier.
Okay.
Yes.
The goal behind it is to eliminate all the pilot channels,
Right.
all the pilot channels, so they can make room for area. In there, but basically they're trying to isolate one long area down one ten.
I didn't catch that.
Oh, so yeah, the main goal is to get rid of all the analog pilots
Yeah.
and isolate it to just one long pilot at 110. Basically, you're going to get your bandwidth back and have room for a massive 3,000 ampere. So, first thing you do is remove the RF cover, put the new ADU in, put the RF cover back on, pull the screws down, place the auto switch, the AGC switch, switch 1, and position 2. Position 2 is where you're going to set your reserve gain. Max it all the way out, back it off 3 dB at your current pilot, which would be channel 61. You guys are using channel 70, so you want to back that one off 3.5 dB. I'm not sure how you guys are going to start lining, because I know you guys used to set your tilt at channel 61 and your low end, but when you guys started going channel 7, I'm not sure if that's going to change. But depending on where you are in your spectrum, that's going to change how much you back it off. So if we go back up to page 7, 9. This is a plot of a loading, going through the difference in loading. So you look at it, when you max out your manual reserve gain plot, it's not increasing the level of linear level, it's actually increasing the high end more than the lower. So your pilot actually has a lower range than your highest operating frequency. I believe you guys are operating at 870 for your highest operating frequency. Is that your highest pilot, 870?
We're still at 7, we're still at 750.
Oh, so 750 is the same thing. We have, if you look at 750, you still have 11 dB of range in your loading, but your pilot actually only has 8 or 9 dB GI, right? The range. So when you start backing it off, you need to remember, if you're looking at channel 61, you only want to back it off 3 dB. But if you're looking at channel, like if you're looking at your highest operating frequency, you might want to back it off 4.5. Hopefully it's not too confusing. What channel are you guys looking at? Tilt.
61.
61. Okay.
So we still have to tweak the AGC? What?
The AU pot won't be there.
It won't be there, right? Okay. So when you say tweak, you mean with this, right?
No, when you set your reserve gain, you can use your manual reserve gain.
Okay, that's on the amplifier
main board.
already? Yeah, okay.
That'll be on the main board. That's what you do in position 2 of the AGC. So that'd be the first thing you do, switch it to position 2.
Right.
Max out your gain, back off 3 dB at channel 61. Switch to position 3. Putting in position 3 gives control of the amplifier to the DSIM. Now, where the DSIM is your ADU. New ADU. So now the ADU has control of the DSIM. It's on manual. be at the controller. So at this point is where you're going to set up your extreme temperature adjustments. Go to the last page, or page 21. Has a chart for your extreme temperature adjustments. Now that you backed off your bogey to the center of the bogey, decent node where the center of the bogey is. So from here, you're going to go push the plus button for hotter temperatures, the minus button for colder temperatures. Right now it's around 45 outside. So you'll be pushing the minus button until your pilot goes down by 1 dB. When you push it, it's not going to go down exactly 1 dB like one push. You might have to push it 2 or 3 times. It'll go down about 1 dB. Once you go down 1 dB, then you go through and balance your amplifier. It's going to feel weird to balance your amplifier while the switch is in position 3, but as long as the DSIM is in manual mode, which it will be when you're setting up the amplifier, you don't have to worry about the AGC compensating for whatever change. So while it's in position 3, that's when you're going to be changing or doing your final balance of your amplifier after you set the reserve gauge. Does that make sense? So I'm going into extreme detail, but the steps are really simple. First step is position 2, set your reserve gain down 3 dB, switch to position 3, go up or down based on your outside temperature. Right now you're going to be going down 1 dB for colder temperatures. We're still in the 10 to 40 degree range. So you're only going down 1 dB at your pilot. After you go down 1 dB, balance the amplifier to your station gain levels. I believe they're doing 49. 45, 32. Okay, so you guys are
That's because they're using 61 as a pilot.
oh, okay.
You know that everything else should just automatically
So
set
you're,
itself
so you're
up.
actually probably up around 49 at your time.
There you go.
All right. So yeah, set your station levels to whatever you guys did before at your final balance. And you're going to push the mode button 1 time. You're going to let the DSIM do the alignment process. It's actually doing what you used to do with the ADU pot as far as get the level back to where it was by adjusting that ADU pot. So DSIM's doing that process by itself. It takes 30 to 40 seconds. Once it's done, it's going to log onto the pilot, and the LED on the controller will start flashing blue every half second. If for some reason it doesn't lock onto the pilot, the LED on the DSIM itself will start flashing blue and orange. We actually had that issue in the last class because we were using channel 70, and there is no channel 70. We were trying to lock onto a channel that wasn't there. It started flashing blue and orange. We couldn't figure out. We thought the signal was too low, and then I got a little peek at the sweep and seen that channel 7 was up in there. So I actually programmed the example controller to channel 61. So right now we're going to do a demonstration at 61 with the controllers you guys will have channel 7.
So we shouldn't put these in any amp shed until after they turn
Until
on
they turn
channel
that
7.
on.
Well, Alan said that they will, that the head end should be turning that on tomorrow or next week.
Good luck with that one.
He wants it to be done today.
Good luck with that one. but
Right,
okay.
right.
So as far as that goes, that's the entire setup of the amplifier. You guys have a lot of the VVIs out in the field.
We started to put them in now.
You have fun with that switch? Any switch they have on there?
It's okay.
Is it okay?
But
So
see, the
we're
thing
having a
about-
hard time with the one here.
The switches, you have to go back and look at the paperwork every now and then. What is manual? What is, because it comes set flat, and then that one, or that actually 2 of them come set in, or is that 3? It doesn't turn like the other one. In the GainMaker, you clearly saw this is 1, 2, 3, and that one,
It's hard to tell.
it's kind of hard to tell. You have to go back and reference the paperwork to make sure you're in the right spot.
Well, the one way you know is if it's in position 2, the manual reserve game pot will actually control the bogey. If it's in position 3, it won't. If it's in position 1, I don't think it will. But as far as the DSIM setup, you're not going to use position 1 anymore. You're only going to use position 2 for your manual back off, and then position 3 for your final setup.
1 is eliminated. Start off in 2, end up in 3.
So we're going to go over the steps one more time. They're really simple, so I won't add all the extra content. First one, position 2, max out your reserve gain, back off 3 dB at the pilot. switch to position 3, compensate for your extreme temperatures, 1 dB down for 10 to 40 degrees. Let's say we drop below 10 degrees, go down to 0 degrees, back it off 2 dB. So if you're using the minus button on the controller, you push it, look at your pilot, and you'll see it go down probably either 2 tenths or 3 tenths at a time until you get it close to 2 dB down from where you were. Once you get it set to the extreme temperature, balance the amplifier, set your station levels, then push that mode button 1 time, and let the DSIM set it to ABC.
Okay, because now, I know I just asked a question, you can balance before or after, and I thought you said before we set it up. Didn't you just say after we set it, then we balance the amplifier?
You balance it right before you push that mode button to go to ABC.
Right. Okay, that's what I was understanding,
Push-
right. That
push-
was my understanding.
Yeah, push that
But when
mode
you
button.
just said,
right
once
back.
you back it off,
Yeah, once you back it off.
come back, and you set it, and you said something else about balancing after that.
Oh, no, I said when you put it to position 3,
Okay,
that's giving control of the amplifier to the DSIM.
right,
The DSIM will still be in manual mode.
right,
Then you'll do your temperature compensation with the
Right.
minus button, bring it down.
right,
At that point, you balance.
You balance after you set the temperature.
right, that's
You,
right.
Right after
you still
you-
haven't set the AGC up yet, though. You still,
Okay.
once you click the mode button after you've done all that, that's when it's going to blink blue and red for 30 to 40 seconds, and then it's gonna lock into AGC mode.
Right,
So you actually haven't set into AGC mode when you're doing all this.
okay.
So
All right,
that,
okay, I
the final,
got that.
yeah, the final step is just hitting that mode button.
Okay, all right, cool.
So really what they telling us is the way we used to do it, just forget all that. Just forget all about the old way. Let it go.
Yeah.
This is it's different.
So what, I mean, again, we'll show you over here, and
Right,
we'll actually
right.
walk through it, and it should make complete sense. It's just kind of following along. Hopefully it makes sort of sense, and then it should.
The reason why I wanted to wait till last step, just to balance amplifiers, so you limit your service out.
Okay.
Your signal out. You can do it the other way if you want, but then you're gonna have more, signal loss.
Right.
Because you're having to load pads. So, this GainMaker is the only thing that everybody has in here. Anybody have anything besides GainMaker?
Hey,
Okay.
The system
Yeah,
stuff,
we
like
don't have the, let's say, white hand.
We don't want them. Don't let go. We trying to get rid of all the legacy prizes kept.
So,
all right, so I guess, yeah, we can go over, you guys want to go over around the table and watch the setup?